All right, folks, we'll be right back with my next guest, Aaron Hermes, who is running for Congress, who also confronted Sheila Jackson Lee, that nut job that wears the funny hat. Remember her? Oh, yeah. People are confronting the anti-American, Trump-hating Democrat congressmen left and right in this country. And a lot of these great patriots are also running for office. I have one of them with me on the War Room right now, Aaron Hermes. At Real Aaron Hermes is his Twitter account, where you can find this video of him confronting Sheila Jackson Crazy Funny Hat Lee.
Is it the new norm that we have CIA whistleblowers? Is it the new norm? Is it the new norm that we can have a corrupt official brag about committing corruption, that they need to fire an attorney general for their son who's making $50,000 a month? Is it basically is that the new norm, that if you investigate it, that's election meddling? Is it the new norm that people in power? So what I'm saying is, with the precedent that you're setting with this argument, is that you can be a corrupt official, brag about it on camera.
Like Joe Biden.
But if you run for office, then if anyone wants to investigate, that's now election meddling, which has nothing to do with an election. It has to do with corruption that they bragged about on camera. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The whole argument, the whole precedent is ridiculous. This is the end, and you're a traitor to the Constitution.
She's a traitor to the Constitution. She disrespects our president.
My friend.
Because she disrespects us.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the answer right here. We also had Aaron confronting Dan Crenshaw on red flag laws. I believe that can be found on his Twitter as well, guys. If you just want to roll that B-roll, that video is a little bit longer. But my point is, you can get access to these people. They hold meetings. They come out of their D.C. offices, and you can peacefully, politely execute your First Amendment right. But let me tell you, standing up to these people that know they're committing treason. And look, they just passed this omnibus bill. It's just out of control, folks. But they have nobody calling them on it. And when they do, that's the answer. So Aaron Hermes is with me. Talk about that confrontation, Hermes, and if you Aaron, and if you want, talk about your conversation with Dan Crenshaw as well.
Pleasure to be on with you, Owen. You're a hero. You're awesome. You're doing some great work. Glad to stand side by side with you and go after these people.
Well, absolutely. And you've decided to take your fight, hopefully, to the next level, to Congress. We need more patriots in there. It's an uphill battle, obviously. But what was it like confronting Sheila Jackson Lee? I mean, you can see the fear in their eyes when a peon dare stand up and confront these people who think they're royalty.
I tell you what, it felt amazing to speak truth to power. Nothing was planned. I didn't have any prepared statements. In fact, I just went. I was going to listen for a while. When they opened it up for questions, I was the first to raise my hand, and I asked. They had a constitutional attorney guest, and I asked him, "Isn't it the president's duty to investigate corruption?" And he said, "Oh yeah, sure it is, but they have the FBI and the CIA and the NSA. They don't do it themselves." I was like, "Oh really? President Trump doesn't put on his monocle and start, investigating? He has these agencies. Okay, go on." And he's like, "Oh, but yeah, it's his duty. But what he did in Ukraine was so crazy." It's like, what was crazy about it? I mean, we have Biden bragging about it. Who knows what Trump and their team knows behind the scenes? So when they they verified most of what I said was true, and then they glossed over some of the juicier parts, and they kept going on with their BS, and I finally had enough, and I got back up on the podium and just called out the whole situation. You didn't really play the juicy part too.
We can go back to it, guys. Can we go back? Let's fast forward there and go back, guys. Let's fast forward to where we left off.
Like 45 seconds, a minute in. Yeah, it looks about good. She kind of challenged me to say that again. What was that about the Constitution?
Because she disrespects us.
Her guard put his hands on me.
I didn't hear what you said. What was the last thing about the Constitution? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said you're a traitor to the Constitution.
In what basis?
Because you are superseded. You don't have
you can't subpoena until you vote, but you change the rules so that you can try to subpoena. But it doesn't apply to the executive. And the CIA whistleblower went to Adam Schiff's office before they filed it and had their legal team help them. And it's completely one-sided. Republicans don't even have a say in the process. It's a complete sham. It's a CIA coup, and you're part of it. And that is traitorous. That's treasonous.
Big man.
She's committing treason against this country.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me.
Please, thank you. Let me
So this one, security is trying to forcefully remove him.
This gentleman is, let me change that, whoever it is he or she.
So think about what she just admitted. She just admitted she knows who the whistleblower is.
Right.
Which, of course, is BS. There is no whistleblower. It's Adam Schiff.
Right. And she literally says, oh, it's a guy that works for the CIA. I mean, it's he or she that works for someone in the intelligence community. Oh, really? Wow. Newsflash.
Yeah, it's all made up.
She's part of it. I mean, we're supposed to sit by quietly while these people attempt coups over our elected president?
No, and that's the thing, too. They just say, oh, we just have the right to do this.
Right. They're so arrogant, and they just think that they can get away with it, and they're not going to. And this is going to backfire so hard against them.
Well, and this is, look, there are a lot of races like the one that you're involved in, Hermes for Congress, Texas District 22. I've had some other guests that are hardcore patriots running for office that have been on before. And I mean, these are obviously uphill battles. You're never going to get the backing of the Republican Party, probably. But, we've got a long, really 8 or 9 months here. And there's going to be a lot of things develop. And I think people are going to be looking outside of the box for candidates that are going to stand strong for Trump and call out this Democrat treason for what it is.
Well, Owen, there's only 2 months for the primaries, for early voting in the primaries. And the final vote in the primaries March 3rd. So there's not a lot of time. I need the backing of patriots today. This is one of the most crowded primary races in the whole country. It's going to be the most closely watched. I'm running against a popular local sheriff, a Bush that just jumped in, and 13, 14 other people. And it's insane. So, I do need some funds. If anyone wants to go to makecongressgreat.com, that's my website, and donate, I'm going to need it to fight this. But I'm in this to win it. I'm going to keep speaking truth to power. And I also have really great ideas for Congress. I'm the kind of person that people wish would run. And I finally did it. So, if you want patriots that are honest, that aren't in this for the money or the power, that really want to restore the republic, that really want to stand up for the Constitution, support me, please.
And, votes in Congress are obviously key, but voices in Congress sometimes are more important. And we lack voices. We lack voices of truth. That's why people like Doug Collins and Jim Jordan and Devin Nunes are so popular, because they vote, but they have voices. We need more voices in Congress.
Absolutely. Yeah. That aren't bought and paid for by special interests and that actually understand the Constitution. That's the thing. It's like I seem to get this stuff. I didn't go to Harvard, but I seem to get it more than people that did go to Harvard. And constitutional attorneys and people in Congress. Owen, I lost your audio.
No, sorry. You know what? That's my fault. I was giving a command to the crew while I was on camera.
Okay. Cool.
Finish up your statement, though. We got 30 seconds here.
Basically, that's part of why I'm doing this. It's been in the back of my head to run for since I was a young child. It was instilled, later in life you run for office. But it was still something I was thinking about doing later in life. And this is such a red alert emergency times. Meeting these Congress people like Dan Crenshaw and Sheila Jackson Lee and others, and just knowing that I get it more than they do. It's like, what am I doing over here?
Yeah, that's one of the wildest things. When you meet these establishment, royalty, ivory tower people, you really realize how frail they really are, how shallow they really are. That's not even necessarily an attack on their personality, just on their political acquiescence and understanding. Aaron Hermes, thank you so much. Real Aaron Hermes on Twitter, makecongressgreat.com. We need more voices like him in there.